Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Let's see here. Hello. Let's see here. Megan and Bo, Laura, Brandon, Susan, Patricia. Hello, Madeline. I saw Lori here. Let's see who else is here. Scrapbook Mom. There's Kay. Trish. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Hello, Linda. And I think I saw Robin. Kate. Hello, Betsy. Hello, Candy. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Pet-tastic sneak peek. We're going to have some fun this evening with some curious critters. So that'll give you a little hint, I guess, maybe. Curious critters. Before we get into that, this release will be live after our release party on the 28th. So make sure you mark your calendars. We're going to have our big release party. We do giveaways. I'll show all the things. And then the day before that, so the 27th, is when we will do our little product spotlight videos here on our YouTube channel. So make sure you check those out. That's going to be fun. And then we'll have the hops and all that fun stuff. Before we get into our little curious critters this evening, let's do a little recap of what we have created so far. So I believe it was last week, maybe, that I used the Pet Friends stencils and created all of our little pet friends here. And these have coordinating, or this stencil set has coordinating dies. If you're into stenciling and die cutting and all that good stuff, where you can cut out all of the fun little pet friends, the bird, the doggy, the cat. There's a couple of different little cats here, depending on, how you do your stencils, and stencil that on there. I love this little dog. There is a little corgi guy here that's so cute. And of course, the little turtles, a hamster, really cute, fun with hearts and flowers and all kinds of fun stuff. And then we have our little friends here, Meow and Forever. And this is just a super sweet set drawn by Don Holslegel. There is a puppy dog set too. So dog lovers, don't feel left out. Don has drawn us a sweet little puppy dog set. So this is Meow and Forever. And then we have our lovely layers little pets. So I created this card with our paw prints. And let me see if I can excuse my reach. I'm going to get my head in the way. But I'm going to see if I can't get the lighting. There we go. That's a little bit better. This is our Lovely Layers medium dogs. And I use the 3D paw print embossing folder in the background back there. If I can tilt it in the light for you to see. But before we move on, there were some questions about the large dogs and the small dogs last week. So this little guy, medium dog. And then you saw the large dog. So they are all done in the correct proportions, if that makes sense. And then this is one of the small dogs. So we have Lovely Layers large, Lovely Layers medium, Lovely Layers small. Okay. In the large dog set, there is another large dog in that set. There's another medium-sized dog. And I believe in the small set, there are two more little small dogs in the small dog set. So we broke them up because all together it would have just been a ginormous die set, and we want to make it more economical for you guys. And then you can kind of pick and choose which little pups that you want to create. But large, medium, small. And then, of course, we have our Lovely Layers little kitty cats as well for all of our cat lovers. So this is just one of the cats in our cat set. There is only one Lovely Layers cat die set. However, I believe there are 4 or 5 different types of cats in that die set. So there you go. Lovely Layers. Fun stuff. Okay, now let's get started this evening. And as I mentioned, we're going to create something with curious critters. And when we have a curious critter, we have to have somewhere to put he or she or it or whatever. So I'm going to start building these little pieces. Now, let me say that there is, and I've got pieces to show you here, there is a tank die. So your tank, you can build a tank. You can build a terrarium for your curious critters. There's different types of critters in the Lovely Layers Curious Critter set. Okay. Tank, terrarium pieces. There's also aquarium pieces that you can build at Lovely Layers Aquarium. And so with an aquarium comes Lovely Layers fish. So that just gives you guys, there's just a little bit of something for everybody, right? We're not going to leave everybody out. So I have got the terrarium, like little extras here laid out on my sticky mat with looks like fuzz and everything. And I'm going to color these in like some of them in fun, bright colors. And then we're going to put together our Curious Critters terrarium. Now, this little guy, I'm going to do this in red. I'm just going to make it kind of bright. Some of it, this underneath little layer, I'm going to do bright red in lumberjack plaid. I'm going to do this one a little bit lighter. So when I layer those on top, I'm going to get a little bit of variation in those red shades. And let's see here. I want it some dark brown. I'm going to make the little limb or branch here in a darker brown. Let's see if I need to dip here. I'm going to dip into my ink. This is Walnut Stain. Let's say I just got rid of a 90-gallon aquarium. How cool is that? I've always wanted, like, the thought of having, I think Lisa used to have saltwater fish. I could be wrong, but I think she did. But the thought of having saltwater fish has always been, like, so fascinating to me. However, I don't know that I want the upkeep of saltwater fish. Okay, gathered twigs. And I'm going to do this, like, little climby thing here. I'm going to do it darker towards the bottom and just kind of fade up as we go out. But I love like fish tanks and things. It's almost like, when you go camping and you sit by the campfire and you just stare at the flickering flame. That's kind of like what fish do. They're just mesmerizing. All right. So I've got my like brown, tan colors going on here. Green leaves. Let's do some green leaves. I'm going to pull out good old Rustic Wilderness. And let's see here. I'm going to do this smaller one without dipping. So we get a little bit of color variation here. Like so. And then I'm going to make the big leaf much darker. Just like so. And then we've got this little guy. I don't know if this is like some kind of little branch or I don't know what that is. I'm not big on like terrarium. I should know this. My daughter has a leopard gecko, I think is what it is. And of course, those of you who know Emily or have heard about my Emily, it's all decked out and all kinds. It's got like a little bridge and all kinds of little things in it. I'm going to do that in blue, tumbled glass. That's what we have sitting here on the desk tonight. Okay, now got these little pieces. I've got some pieces in my dish over here that are all ready to go together, but I'm just going to layer these little pieces that need layering. And so this little guy is going to go, I'm going to dot that off the top. Let me find my little cloth here. And that's going to layer right over the top. Kelly got crazy with the glue. Usually I don't put enough. Tonight I put too much. But let's get that on there. And I'm actually going to have these kind of stand out a little bit. So they have a little bit of like motion or something to them. A little bit of texture. And then we've got our little like little wood piece. It almost looks like oh, what's that? Coral or something, but it's not, I don't think. We're just going to add that down. Okay, now our tank. So let's start building all this together. There's this piece that is a big climbing piece. There are 3 different rocks that can go in our terrarium. And then there is our tank. And what I did was I made the tank. So it has the frame to it. And I'm still getting a glare. Let's see if I can turn that a little bit. Okay, I'm trying to get my light going here. Okay, there is the frame piece in the die set and then the centerpiece. So if you wanted to get super fancy and cut vellum or like a clear acetate or something like that to go and make it actually look like some sort of tank or aquarium or terrarium, you could do that. I put a little bit of light green polka dot paper back here just because I wanted it to have a little color instead of it being stark white. And then I just did a little hinged card in the shape of the tank. So and then we've got our little wooden pieces. You can see the wood grain is going to press into your paper. And I'm just going to add that. No, I don't want to do that yet. I want to add my little pieces in my terrarium first. So I'm going to start with this large little climber. And there are, let me count. 1, 2, 3. There are 4 or 5 different curious critters in this little critter set that will go in a terrarium style tank. So that gives you a little hint. And then of course we're going to add a curious critter in our tank this evening. But I'm just going to start kind of layering our little pieces down here. And I'm going to put this on the bottom so our little critter can climb around like so. And let me press that so it'll stick. All right. And then this little guy, I'm going to have it go, I think I want to like it's kind of coming out so our little critter has a place to climb. I'm just going to do dot, dot, dot here and kind of have it just coming out this direction. Something can perch right up there. And then I'm going to slip this guy. I think I want to slip him right. No, let's slip him. Where do I want to put it? Let's do it right over there. Let's make a little climber and layer these right over here. And I'm going to hold that down and let the adhesive do its job. And then let's take this little blue guy. And you could use as many of these or not. I'm literally like everything that comes in that little set, we're like decking out our little thing tonight. So let me hold it up so we can take a look. Just like so. And I'm actually going to There we go. So you can see all the little pieces. And then let's get maybe some little rocks. So let's do maybe the big stone. I'm actually going to, let's see if I can do a little bit of card surgery right here. I'm going to layer that back here and have it kind of, see if I can get it to stick where I want it to. And I'm going to hold that back down. Let that adhesive do its job. And then there is like a little medium stone. And let's see here. This is the hard part. This is almost as hard as, no, I don't want it there. No, I don't want it there. This is almost as hard for me as, you know, when you get your card finished and it's time to put like your sequins and your gems and stuff on there, is where to decide where to put all your little goodies. This is the hard part. It's because literally we could have all kinds of fun little, I'm going to have this little guy just kind of peeking out here. I'm going to hold that down. Okay. And then let's add this little guy. I may put him even right back in here and have it kind of go up that side. You could even have it kind of coming off the top. I don't know anything about terrarium, so let's do this. Let's have it kind of layered right down in there like that. And then I know I want my green leaves. They're going to kind of be up here a little bit. I'm going to kind of do one. Let's do one maybe like that. Can kind of give it a little bend. And then let's take the other one and maybe go this way a little bit. That is cute. Oh, come on now. Little leaf. That little leaf is not cooperating. First, you don't get stuck, you get more glue. All right, let me leave my finger there for a second. There we go. Okay, we're looking good, looking good. Okay, I'm going to put my little topper on now, and then we'll put our critter and our sentiment. Okay, so I'm just going to slide this in, and I'm actually going to pick this whole card up, and I'm going to just kind of shimmy this guy around until that little trim piece is exactly where I want it. That would be, let's see, super versatile, plants, fish, reptiles, guinea pigs, etc. Yes, and the aquarium set actually has more, let's see here, how do I say this? Like fishy type things in there. But yes, you could, like, they could do double duty for sure. And then I'm going to slip this little trim piece right down there. Pick it up. I feel like we need to do a little tiny shimmy. There we go. Okay, now my curious critter for this evening is this guy. So I did a little tree frog type frog. Lovely layers, curious critters. There's like 4 or 5 little curious little critters in that set. And I think I want to add him, of course, if he's a tree frog, he kind of needs to be like hanging out like that, I think. Okay, so I'm just going to add him like this. But you could do, I've seen like little blue frogs, the tree frog, of course. I kind of did him because I wanted that like shocking green and orange for him. He's so cute. And then a sentiment. And this sentiment is from that same sentiment set that you guys are going to be so tired of seeing, but it's Pet-tastic. So that it says happy birthday. And I think I am going to do a tiny little pop-up here with a little bit of foam. Let's see how much I'm going to have to trim. But there are several sentiments in the Pet-tastic sentiment set that are perfect not only for cats and dogs, but for curious critters as well. All right, and then I think I'm going to add that. Ooh, do I put it? Happy birthday. I don't know if I should nestle it or up in here by the little froggy guy. Let's do a little bit of both. Let's move it down like right in here. And I'm going to pick up the whole thing. I'm going to make sure I'm like really nice and straight here. And then we have our Lovely Layers tank, terrarium, curious critters, like all ready to go. Isn't he fun? He would be fun with some of that like glow in the dark embossing powder. But he's dang cute. Let me get my little smudge of adhesive off there. But very cute. So this tank is multi-purpose, right? Like I mentioned, we can do the terrarium, we can do a fish tank, all the fun things. So it depends. Like, what kind of critters do you like to keep at your house, or your friends like to keep at your house, right? So cute. Yes. So imagine this like with fishy tank stuff and lots of beautiful fish, different types of really pretty fish, lovely layers. So super fun. And the little fish are not, I know you guys mentioned the other night that you loved that the little dogs and the cats were more realistic looking instead of cute, like cutesy. You know, we all love our little cutesy stamps and dies and stuff, but sometimes it's nice to like have a little more serious type card. Because I know, I mentioned this the other night, I have friends that make cards for like pet rescues and make cards for like the veterinary offices for them to send to, you know, families that, you know, their pet has passed away or something like that. So sometimes you want something that's a little more realistic to put together. So fun. And then all of these masculine cards. Yes. What was I thinking? I forgot what I was going to say. Shocker. I know that, right? It's Monday. All day today. It has been Monday. It's so fun. So cute. Yes, boy cards, masculine cards. Yes. And I think you're going to like the curious critters. They're really fun. Super fun release. Okay, let's see here. Kelly, you said that this was going to be a small release. It is a small release. The reason that it looks and sounds really big is because a lot of those, like this set, this started out as one gigantic set. And Lisa and I, so if you'll like humor me for a second, Lisa and I sat and said, okay, this is a giant set. We don't want our huge die sets to cost you guys $1 bazillion. And that way you can pick and choose. Like if you want the fish, you can get the fish, but not have the terrarium stuff. Does that make sense? So it sounds like, and same thing with the dogs. The dogs were in one big set. But if we kind of break it down a little bit, it makes it more cost effective for you guys. And then it keeps the die sets a little bit smaller. So I hope that that makes sense. So it sounds like a lot, and it's because we broke it down. Because Lisa and I had so much fun, like all these little ideas. Oh, well, we have to do like a little curious thing and a terrarium and a fish that you could make the same thing into a fish tank because our ideas go crazy. So we just have to like knock it down a little bit. I hope that that makes sense. Smaller sets, more choices. Exactly. Denise said exactly. Smaller sets for more choices and better affordability. That is exactly what Lisa and I's thoughts were. Denise just said it a lot better than what I did. So I hope that that makes sense. And then you can kind of pick exactly what you will use and then not purchase what you're not going to use. You know, we all have a good idea. Yes. Okay. So this release is on February. Are we still in February? February 28th. And we're going to have a release party. That, I believe, is a Friday night. We will have a release party on that Friday night. And then it will be available then. So, yes, loving all the crazy ideas. We have got all the crazy ideas. That is for sure. Okay, congratulations to D Green. You are our gift card winner tonight. D, if you will email me right here at customercare@honeybeestamps.com, I am going to send you a gift card, my friend. So just make sure you email me and say, hey, Kelly, I was the winner, and I'll send that to you. And then if you guys want to see more Pet-tastic things, come back and join me this Wednesday. I think I'm going to be playing with some stamps this Wednesday. So some stamps, and it will probably be doggy related. So, and then we'll get to the cats. We got Lovely Layers cats too. So come back, join me. We're going to have a great time, and I will see you then. Bye, guys.